This is Math 8-7, Lesson 112, Applications of the Pythagorean Theorem. So we've learned that to find a missing side of a right triangle, we can use the Pythagorean Theorem, or also called the a squared plus b squared equals c squared. And in this lesson, we're going to talk about how the reverse can be true if you only know the length of the three sides of a triangle. You can tell if it's a right triangle or not, which you think would be intuitive, and it is, but it's also true that not only can you find a missing side, but you can know for sure if a triangle is a right triangle just by seeing if the Pythagorean theorem will work. We're also talking about Pythagorean triplets, which they've listed for commonly occurring numbers in right triangles that you see a lot. Even they just gave you 3, 4, 5 and then multiplied it a few times. So the 3, 4, 5 triplet, this could be 3, this could be 4, and this could be 5. Also, if you had something twice as big as that, it could be 6, 8, 10, which is, it's the same one except multiplied by 2. So that's called a Pythagorean triplet. In the activity, they ask you to position 2 pencils, which I couldn't even find any 2 pencils, so I have knives. Then I'm going to position at right angle to each other. That's what it says to do with the pencils instead. And then it says, use a protractor to confirm that the angle formed by the pencils measures 90 degrees. So, looks pretty good. We mark the pencils at 3 inches and the other one at 4. So here, I'm going to go from the top where it's meeting it, 3 inches, and then this one at 4 inches. There. And then, actually, I can use my paper for the right angle. Then it says, measure the distance between. So I did 3 and 4 inches. So this should be 5. The hypotenuse should be inches, 5 inches. And it is. If I connect the green dot there, let me move it up a little bit. The green dot here to the green dot there, I get 5 inches. Okay. So we're just proving that that's true. In addition, they wanted you to do 6 centimeters and 8 centimeters, which is, let me see, a little bit smaller, maybe. 6 centimeters is here-ish. 8 centimeters, roughly there. So with the inside one, so make sure it's a right angle again. And so this, the measure, the hypotenuse, should be 10 centimeters. And if you look and measure from green dot to green dot, oh, that's not 100%, but it's close. Green dot, green dot. Yeah, looks like I'm a little off with my fat Sharpie. All right, so going over example 1, it says, the numbers 5, 12, and 13 are a Pythagorean triplet because 5 squared plus 12 squared equals 13 squared. What are the next 3 multiples of this Pythagorean triplet? So remember, we talked before about this Pythagorean triplet, 3, 4, 5. And your book also referred to double that, which is 6, 8, 10. Triple that is 9, 12, 15. And 4 times that is 12, 16, 20. So this is just times 2, times 3, times 4. Each number multiplied by. So in example 1, they want you to take the triplet 5, 12, 13, and the next multiples will be times 2, times 3, times 4. So this will be times 2 is 10, 24, 26. Times 3 would be 15, 36, 39. And then 20, 48, 52. Good. Okay. So those are the triplets for that one. Roof is being built, this is example 2, over a 24-foot wide room. The slope of the roof is 4 inches 12. No, 4 and 12. So that, I think it means it goes 4 down and 12 across. Calculate the length of the rafters needed for the roof, including 2 feet for the rafter tail. So I think that they drew you a picture because you're not really familiar with these terms. So in the picture, it looks roughly like this. They have the rafter. In their term, 2 and 12 means, no, 4 and 12 means that it goes up 4 inches for 12 inches across. So it's like this, 4, 12. And then they tell you the length of the entire base here is 24 feet. So we're going to make the right triangle. Just kind of drop a perpendicular there. So then that means the triangle we're interested in is this one. So we're going to find this length right here. And then also add to it 2 feet on the end right here. So it hangs off. So we will do 4 and 12 would be the sides A and B of a right triangle. So we do a squared plus b squared equals c squared. A can be 4, so 4 squared plus b can be 12. 12 squared equals c squared. That's 16 plus 144 equals c squared. We add 16 and 144, and that's 160 equals c squared. Now to find c, we just need to take the square root of both numbers, but 160 is not a perfect square. So I'm going to use a calculator, and I'm going to take the square root of 160. It is 12.65 feet. So that's the length of C. And remember, we needed to add 2 more feet to the end so that it would have some room for the overhang right here, so that the water doesn't drip under the roof. So plus 2 feet is 14.65 feet. And in your book, they multiplied this part, to change it into inches, they multiplied 0.65 times 12. And so it was more like 14 feet, 8 inches. Either is appropriate answer. In example 3, Serena went to a level field to fly a kite. She let out all 200 feet of the string and tied it to a stake. Then she walked out of the field until she was directly under the kite, 150 feet from the stake. How high was the kite? So luckily, they've also included a drawing on this one. So here's the kite up here in the sky with its little tail. And this is the string. The string is 200 feet long. And she walks out and stands directly under, directly under there, and she knows this length. She knows how far she walked from the stake, and that was 150 feet. But she wants to know this one, how tall is the kite? So we can use the Pythagorean theorem. This one can be A, this can be B, and this has to be C because it's the hypotenuse. So we can do a squared plus b squared equals c squared. A squared we don't know. B squared will be 150 squared equals c squared, 200 squared. 150 squared is 22,500 equals 40,000. We're going to subtract 22,500 from both sides. So we know that a squared equals 17,500 feet squared. We're going to take the square root of both sides to find the length of A, and you would use your calculator. The square root of 17,500 is roughly 132 feet. definitely use your calculator for that. I don't expect you to be able to do those kind of square roots in your head. Good luck with the rest of that.